Welcome to Blue Moon Estate Sales, Austin, Texas. We have a house full of things for you to see this weekend in the Anderson Mill area. We will be open on August 15th, 16th, and 17th. On Friday and Saturday, we will be open from 10 to 3 and Sunday from noon to 3. We have a lot for you to see, so let's go look. As you come in the front door, you'll see that there's a little bit of a theme. There is a lot of sewing cabinets all over that have been converted or used as a sewing machine cabinet. Now, when we first come in, we're going to go to the right, and this is our cashier area and our hold table. We have another sewing table cabinet, and this is the only place that we're going to have books, right in this room. And this is also where we will have our jewelry. We have a few pieces of silver and gold, a lot of costume jewelry, women's watches. We also have a set of sterling flatware and a few extra small pieces of sterling single pieces. We'll have some knives here. We also have baseball cards and some cameras, and we also have stamps. And these white chairs are Bassett chairs. I think this is another little sewing cabinet. We're going to go now into the dining room. There is a step there where we have a nice round table with some beautifully carved chairs to go with it. On this table over here, we have a few Hummels, and we also have several sets of china. We just put out one set for you to see, and the rest are under the table. It's a nice curio cabinet. And over here we have a table that's made with the sewing machine, old sewing machine legs, and it's a door on top. Really cute. And this lamp is gorgeous. And we have another little hutch with a marble top and some tile backing, and another little curio cabinet. Okay, now we're on our way to the kitchen, and on the way you'll see some handmade embroidered artwork. As we come into the kitchen, we do have a nice bright red KitchenAid and several Pyrex bowls. We have our usual here. We have a big cast iron skillet with a lid, and a lot of the glassware, cake pans, cooking pans, serving dishes. And on this table, we do have a lot of milk glass, some vintage canisters. And here we do have a refrigerator freezer for sale. And going into the eating area, we have a lot of Delft decor and dishes. And this is a beautiful old hutch, kitchen hutch. It even has where you get your flour. And another piece. And on this table, we do have some Vaseline glass, a little bit of Vaseline glass, depression glass, a lot of red glass, and some flatware. And from here is where we can go outside. This is the only way to go outside. There's a step. We're just going to make a circle around the yard because there's quite a bit here. We have some birdhouses, and this bench is for sale. We have a few glass pieces right here, old bottles. A vintage glider. A few firemen's hats. We still have, and a lot of watering cans. Some signs. Some vintage furniture for outdoors. Here's another table made out of an old sewing machine legs. The rain barrels are also for sale. There's several. And around here is where we have the shed. We do have a few pieces of larger equipment. There is a Craftsman lawnmower and a Black & Decker edger. There's a tiller. Some of the bigger equipment is back here. We have milk cans and a wheelbarrow, shelving. We have a lot of tables for plants, and there's some ladders in here. The whole backyard is full of things. We have a bird feeder, and we have a lot of bottles out at that bottle tree, a vintage bike. We have a couple of hydrants. There's just a lot out here. A few hubcaps, another bird feeder, a meter, a couple more things to hold plants. And in this garden, another hydrant and some vintage toys. There's just quite a bit out here. You just have to come see it. Okay, we'll go back inside. And we're going to go to the garage. First, we'll go through the laundry room, and the washer and dryer are for sale. They're Samsung. And out in the garage, we do have a Kenmore utility refrigerator. We have quite a few tools still in here, small hand tools and other little power tools. And there's quite a bit of more vintage kitchen out here and games. And we do have quite a bit of more Christmas out here. We have another room that's full of Christmas, but there's a lot out here also. That North Pole is kind of cute. And actually this vintage cart. You'll find a lot of old antiques in this house. It's pretty cool. Over in this corner, we have a lot of more birdhouses, baskets, and wooden cart containers. They're vintage. Okay. Now we're going to make our way upstairs. We have some artwork on the wall here. We're going to go to the left, and actually in this bathroom, I am going to have you go all the way in because there's some ancient purses, or beaded purses, I should say, in the back part here that are really cute. There's a whole bunch of them. And this wool jacket hanging here. And we see you have a few purses all along. Here's some saris. Now we're going to go into the main bedroom. And in this closet is mostly men's clothes, and they're 2X large. Quite a few things in this room, and there's a vintage Brother sewing machine with its cabinet. And on this table, we keep getting houses with cute little lamps. These have a lot of glass shades in this house, and some hurricane lamps. And this table is just filled with little decor, more Delft, a lot of cut glass, a little bit of depression glass, and a really nice little small dresser with the mirror. And the men's shoes are going to be a 13. And in here is where we're going to have, it's mainly women's clothes. They range from small to large, and the shoes are 8 and 8.5. And we have a lot of vintage mirrors, and we have a lot of vintage hats. Now we'll go down the hall to the other bedrooms. And this room, if you could tell, it is our Christmas room also. But we also have a lot of ink wells, and quills in this room also, with some decor here. And this is a Bassett sofa. It's also a pull-out bed. And this is a really cute um, desk, I guess. And this is where we'll have more of our Christmas. Comfortable chair. There are a lot of Orvis clothes in the men's clothes. This is a jacket, and there's quite a few shirts. And in this room, we have another little dresser with the mirror, the vintage dresser and mirror. Another comfortable chair. This is the only place that we do have some electronics. We just have a few electronics, and we have some vintage irons and clocks. And then these pictures on the wall here are really cute. And the closet in here is where we have the quilts, handmade quilts. And our last room is the sewing room. And this closet is going to be full of thread and buttons and ribbons and patterns, quite a few things with quilting and sewing. We have a couple mannequins. And this lamp right here, every seamstress needs. Lots of buttons. And we have a lot of cloth and patterns. We have several featherweight sewing machines, Singer sewing machines, and we have a serger, several of the featherweights. A few more quilts. And then this table, we have some decor and toys, vintage toys, and more cloth underneath. Well, that was a lot to see, so I hope you enjoyed the tour, and we'll see you this weekend.